All right, interpreter's log number 5, I believe, November 23rd, 2022. Things are going well. Where are we at? I recently started using Cymo, CYMO, as a back channel booth mate, which worked incredible. And then I stumbled across their Cymo Notes, which is their platform to help consecutive interpretation, but also in the booth, Cymo. So it listens in, and then you go feeding it your own lexicon and training it. When you hear this word, give me that one. And then it automatically coughs it up. You could even force it to do a kind of translation on the spot. So that led me in my practice now to, I'm really analyzing what I'm doing. I'm working with Isabel, the Spanish tutor. She's really, going down deep, microscopic, but it's different when it's a tutor that is not your teacher. It's not cool when your instructor is hammering you on these basic things. There should be a separate division of power or labor, which I've introduced into my program, into my learning, into my practice. So I use her as the critical force, and I have people like, say, Hans or Kinti there as hopefully my coach, my inspirational force. And I think that's kind of working for me. But, it makes me wonder if using these tools like Cymo, why do my classmates think it's kind of cheating? It's curious. Why isn't it like translation memory software? There's an ethical question here. So in my presentation to Michelle, I'm going to actually address those ethical issues. So what I do now is I process the speech through Cymo, and then in that process, I am hitting the bar that divides it up. And I'm kind of creating the parts where the links would be traditionally in a notepad. So I'm still kind of doing some of that preliminary interpretation work. Hold on a second. Correct. I'm back now. So you're doing that interpreting work. Now I ordered a pen mouse, which you hold it like a pen. It's just a mouse, but in the shape of a pen, same optical light, and the switches are near your index finger and thumb, and a little rolly thing. So the idea is that I could then draw my symbols and continue to take notes and be engaged in that way. But the practice is going to be, because in reality, this is excellent for the commercial world for doing work. But I get how it's a teaching environment. Maybe it's not ideal for the teaching aspect, even though in the applied aspect, it's wonderful. So I'm going to continue taking notes, but specifically focus on the other aspect, the art of it, or what they want us to do, like the pre-interpreting, just the ideas there to guide or jog our memory, the bare minimum. And then we piece it together. Because you could divide the page in half, like a traditional notepad. Left is the auto transcription. Right is the space where you could take notes. And you could create the links, and I'll jot the links in. Because the links, which are your processing of the emotional or point of view, that the thing doesn't do for you. So I still have to do. So I get to at the very least, I'm liberating myself of the clerical. I'm still creating the breaks and jotting what I think is the actual emotional link, for example. And then when I deliver, it's especially on the computer, I'm looking right into the camera. It's very, very, very engaging and compelling. So I find this fascinating, but what I find even more fascinating are the ethical questions that arise from the process. Is it wrong? I really don't think it's wrong, because it's like translation memory software. The glossary in the back that it's triggering is your own. right? And then you could have translations that you like for certain set terms, like in translation memory software, that it's calling up. And you're telling it, when you hear this term, right, I want you to now give it to me in Spanish, already pre-translated, but I translated it, I decided what it was, and I in theory I would always use that term. I think this is using technology the right way. Nobody at the MCI told me I cannot do it. They know. In fact, Michelle Hoff, how did I stumble across this? Michelle Hoff made me do a presentation on technology with consecutive, tech with consec. And then she also went a bit further and said, make sure you do work with Garrett and you find out how this could be used in an RSI setting. What's up with consecutive, remote, consecutive? Interesting, right? So it's not really RSI, it's RCI. Anyways, I find, dear diary, that fascinating process. I think it's going well. I think I'm doing the right thing. The idea is to prepare me to be a great interpreter. There's technology out there that can enable me. I have shortcomings. We all have shortcomings. This technology is a tool. Not everybody knows about it for some reason. A guy like Andrew uses a tablet, but he doesn't use this. Makes me wonder, is it the $1.18 a minute that it costs? I'm not really sure. However, that is my entry for today, Wednesday, November 23rd, 2022. Bager out.